Good morning guys, Mike here, and we're continuing work on this little perforation die for our bearing cages. If you're a die maker or a die designer, this may not be anything that interests you, but I'm just going to go over a little bit of the nomenclature for the various components of this die. And starting up here, just a little review. This is the upper shoe and the lower shoe, and the guide post, the guide bushings. Up here we have the punch retainer. Some people call them punch pads or a punch plate. This is the pierce punch. In this case we have a little pilot going up the center of it, and which will pick up the pre-drilled holes in the part that we're going to make. We have a stripper, and this is what pushes the part off the punch, because when this pierces the part, when the die retracts, it's going to want to stick on the part, so that pushes it off the part. It also holds the part nice and flat as the pierce punch perforates the part. Here we have the die steel. And sometimes, most commonly, the die steel would just be one piece hardened. Because this is economy, I'm just going to make a 1/4-inch die plate up here on a riser, a cold rolled riser. These two pieces underneath here are slug rails. Slug rails normally would go underneath the die to elevate it off of the bolster plate of the punch press. In our case, so that we don't have to put an extra hole down through here, we'll put them up here. The slugs will drop out, and any that fall through, I'll just push them out the back manually. So in a nutshell, that's what this particular die is going to be. This is a very homemade, quick and dirty die. By no means is it commercial quality, but we have a very low volume, and we'd like to hold the cost down. So I think for the 49 holes plus a few experimental pierces that we're going to make, I think this will probably do it. Another consideration is the break clearance. Break clearance is the clearance between the perforation punch and the die steel. And for our material, micarta, I haven't looked it up, but I believe it'll probably be 5 or 6 thousandths per side. And break clearance is normally expressed as per side as a percentage. And we have 94 thousandths micarta, and we'll end up with 4 or 5 thousandths per side break clearance. So in a nutshell, that's what we have. Enough yakking. Let's get over and start squaring up our steel. So now I'm just mounting the lower die steels, and the outside perimeter of a die set really is not used for reference, and die making practice would have you put the die steels in line with the pins. And from here on in, the pins are the reference for a die. So I'll just hold this back against this parallel to the pins, and I'll transfer these 4 holes, and we'll be rolling. sort of dip stop. And by my calibrated eyeballs, that would be it right there. Check that out. Not so much. Let's go a little deeper. Yeah, buddy.